In this review, we're going to look at the Heralds of Galactus that came with the Haslab Galactus, Morg, Silver Surfer, Nova. The Heralds that came with Galactus, of course, there's Morg, Silver Surfer, and Nova. And let's look at the accessories they came with. With Morg, he just comes with his axe. That's it, no extra hands, no energy effects or anything. But nice we had a few extra accessories for him. See on to the side. And we got Nova. She just has her extra hands. She comes with the open splay hands we've seen on tons of female Marvel Legends. We got some C-grip hands. And we got some fist hands. She also comes with this flame effect stand, which can be stand up on its own, or also mounts to the Galactus's hand. For Silver Surfer, he comes with a similar stand. His board, he comes with two fist hands, two open splay. These look like Spider-Man wall crawling hands for some reason. Those are exactly the sculpts for Spider-Man wall crawling hands. And we get to the straight palm flying hands, or Judy Chop. One power effect. All the solicitation pictures during the Haslab campaign shows with two, but they only give us one. So let's look at each figure individually. First up, let's look at Morg. I have to say they nailed the sculpt for Morg. He looks perfect sculpt-wise. He is very well done. The head sculpt looks great. The paint on the face, the eyes. Love how they did the teeth. Got the hair flowing on the back. All the bumps and spikes of the character design. It's got a nice sculpture. The arms, shoulders are in line where they should be. Like the big, bulky shoulders, big arms. Good movement for bulky shoulders like this. Looks fantastic. Got his axe weapon. Would have liked to, like I said, I mentioned, I like seeing an extra fist hand or energy effect too, displaying his power cosmic. Would have liked seeing all the silvered parts done, painted in silver, because they got that swirly twirly plastic. This is painted here, which looks better than the plastic, so I would like to have a consistency with the silvers. My only really gripe with this figure, he's a bit small. He should be the same size as this. Thor is listed as 6'6", so is Morg. Morg was depicted as a big character in the comics, and he is short. As you can see, Thor towers over Morg. Morg comes up to basically Thor's nose, and they should be looking on par, eye to eye with each other. And so we bring in a Grim Reaper mold. We got the recent U.S. agent, and he's just a smidge taller than the Grim Reaper mold. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Hasbro lately. It seems like they've been making stuff on the small scale, like a little bit smaller than regular figures. We saw it with the Fantastic Four retro card figures, with the High Evolutionary and Cycleman being on the small side. We got the same issue with Morg. Beautifully sculpted figures, just probably closer to true 1/12 scale instead of Marvel's 6 1/4, 6.5 inch scale. Like I said, sculpt-wise, he is damn near perfect. For articulation, you got a ball peg up top, double ball peg. So you get a lot of nice range of movement with that head. A lot of expression, tilt. You can look side to side with the hair. You're not going to be able to do the full 360. And looking up that's about what you're going to do with the hair. You look straight ahead. And you look down. Disc in shoulders. Kicks up to here, even with the big spikes, which you can get about 9 degrees. Full 360. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbows. Gets all the way up, even with those big arms. And the sculpt still looks good, unlike like the Master Universe, Masterverse figures. They need to re-engineer those arms on the Masterverse. But besides the point. We got hinge and swivel wrist. This side is a horizontal hinge. And this side is a vertically hinge, which is why I put the axe over here. The torso is a little different than what we normally see in Marvel Legends. It appears to be a ball peg double ball peg in the waist. So you get your crunch and stuff like that, and all that's hidden with the belt piece. It rotates and crunches all at that joint. So since there's rotates there, there's nothing rotating down below. Ball joint hips. You can do this far out, better than a lot of Spider-Man figures. Kick forward. And a little bit of back. Thigh rotation. Nice smooth rotation. Double joint knees. This boot design is going to hinder how far you can go back. That's it. And there's a boot rotation. There is no boot rotation. Hinged ankles up and down. And ankle pivots. Great figure. Just disappointing on the size. And nice, would have been nice to see a few different energy effects given since this is a high price point Haslab project. I wish they would have got his scale right, because I don't ever see them ever redoing Morg. He just needed to be bigger, but other than that, he's a gorgeous figure. Next up, let's look at the Surfer. Here we have the Silver Surfer. He's pretty much, from the neck down, he is 100% the Walgreens figures, which is on the Sunfire body, which is actually kind of disappointing. They have better bodies than this now. Being Silver Surfer, he's just the clean, smooth look of the Surfer. I was really hoping they could use the new pinless, seamless body on the Renew Your Vows 2-pack. Plus, this body is a little bit bigger than the Sunfire body. So I feel this body is actually a little too small for the Surfer. He's supposed to be listed, I think, 6'3". And so that little extra height would have really made a difference. Plus, the clean look that he could have had with a pinless, seamless look really would have made this really look so much better for Surfer. The head sculpt, though, much, much better than the Walgreens. I'm not saying the Walgreens one's bad, but I like this new sculpt a lot better. This looks like 90s style Silver Surfer, what I grew up reading. This looks great. And with them side by side, one thing you're going to notice too, he's not as shiny as this one. It's like they used a duller silver, and it looks like they only did a lighter coat of silver. It almost looks like it was like the lightest amount of silver they could get by with. This one looks like they really hit up the silver really well and beautifully done. I wish this one had this finish, and I wish it was on the pinless body. But other than that, it looks great. Like I said, I like the head sculpt. I did see someone else put this head on a Vulcan body, and I did pick up some extra Vulcans. I may try to cast this head and make me a bigger, seamless Silver Surfer. Because, yeah, I like him to be a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead and do a quick rundown on articulation, since we've seen this body multiple times. We already know what it is. Ball joint on the disc hinge. Look up, look down, full 360, where it's on the disc hinge. Surprisingly, a lot of tilt. That's due to how high the head sits on the ball joint. But it looks weird when you tilt it. Butterfly joints. Go back. All the way back. All the way forward. There's no hindrance like with on the Vulcan bodies. And disc hinge shoulders. Go up as far as I want to go without worrying about damaging the paint. Full 360 on bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Goes all the way up. Actually, no. Morg actually has better range in the double jointed elbows. Look at that. As far as it goes, when we got Morg, can go all the way up. His hand touches his shoulder. In the swivel wrist. Full 360. Ab crunch goes back. And forward. Waist twist. Ball jointed hips. Do the splits way far. Which one side is? There we go. All the way out. Do the full Van Damme. Forward. Just a little bit back. There's no drop down hips on this mold. So that's all the movement there. Thigh rotation. Double joint knees. Get you all the way up. There's a boot rotation, which I hate on a bare leg. But it's there. Hinge ankles, go back, forward, and ankle pivots. His first accessory is the stand for his surfboard, and it mounts to Galactus's hand. And you slide the surfboard in through the grooves here. Let's see how I can get this. There we go. It's definitely got a tight grip. It's about hard. It's tough to get that sucker in there. Holds the board real secure, which is good because this is a terrible board. Only got 1 foot peg on it. This is the same sculpt I've been using since back in the dark days of Marvel Legends. That early release odd proportion one they made back in the day. They were used for the Planet Hulk Surfer. It's the same board. 1 foot peg, so you always got 1 foot dangling. So previous releases of like the Walgreens one, I put some blue tack on one of the feet so it can actually keep firm on the board. But the stand does its job and holds the board steady. Like we mentioned, we got the wall crawling Spider-Man hands, which it seems like a weird choice. And you got the straight out like flying pose hands or Judy chops. Comes with the fist hands installed. 1 energy effect, which is weird because all the, like I mentioned, all the solicitation pictures, the tier pictures, had them with 2. A little bit of false advertising there. Alright, let's look at Nova. And here we have Nova. If you notice, Nova is actually on the Shriek body. I think we actually may have even seen this body first. So is it for the Haslab campaign before we got Shriek, maybe? Can't remember. But it is the exact same body as Shriek, just in gold swirly twirly plastic. Which is one of my gripes with this thing. Silver Surfer, yes, it's been molded in the metallic plastic, I'm sure, but they did hit him with some silver paint, which helps unify the color on the figure. Why couldn't they have done that with Nova? She should have been hit with some gold paint to hide a lot of these bad-looking swirls. Look, I got a big line down here. Almost looks like a crack in the sculpt, and through here and on the hips, looks like there's like folds in fabric the way the plastic was injected. It's smooth finish when you touch it, but it's got those weird lines on it. She should have been hit with some gold paint. I don't get it. Again, this is a $400 Haslab project. One of the bonus figures you get with it. Hit it with some paint. And talking about paint, they really messed up the deco on the head sculpt. That's not as pretty as what they show in the renders. And technically, she shouldn't have eyebrows at all. I was looking at a lot of the reference artwork. She don't have eyebrows in her powered up form. And the lipstick, they never showed her with lipstick on the powered up form. They had beautifully done eyes and all the art renders and stuff, but she had gold lips, no eyebrows, beautiful eyes. I am probably going to just strip the eyebrows off this. Probably even with the lips as well. The head sculpt does have the pointy ears like it should. A lot of the artwork does. But she's missing something. She should have these. This is not just a widow's peak. It should be like 2 gold triangle horns come up above this. They did not do that. It is just a round head. And not to mention, this head looks like it's too small. This is a small head. Not crazy about this head sculpt. And it sets way too high. I'm going to have to drill deep in that socket to make it set properly, because it is a lollipop like crazy. One thing else I noticed too, the hair, it looks nice. It's in the translucent plastic. It really catches the light really well. And they did some dry brushing of the yellow on it to really make it pop. But when they injected it, there's some dirt in the mold, and I have dirt or some kind of debris into the hair. That is not coming out. That is embedded in one of the crevices of the hair. Very disappointing. I was so looking forward to this one. I really like the character design of Frankie Raye Nova. I hate they didn't do the horned head sculpt like they should do. Much like the way, not as extreme as Lilith, the mother of all monsters, but that's part of her character design. Very disappointing that's not there, and no paint whatsoever on the body. Same with Silver Surfer, she should have been painted gold. It is on the new style, what we've deemed the Shriek body. Let's go ahead and do a quick rundown on articulation. My disc ends was stuck. I had to pop the head off and free it up. But now she can... Well, I speak too soon. There you go. Look down. And come on. Can't really look up because the hair sculpt is going to hit the back. Going to tilt like crazy because of that lollipop. Disc end shoulders. Get you up to here. Full 360. Just have to move the hair out of the way. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbows. Get you all the way up. In the swivel hands. Diaphragm joint goes back, forward. And this is also stiff on mine too. I can't do a full rotation on mine. I'll have to heat that up and try to break that loose. Ball jointed hips. Get you out to here. Kick forward. Kick a little bit back. Thigh rotation. Double jointed knees. My upper knees were very tight. Be careful you break those free. That's one thing you want to do too if you use pinless joints, especially on the females. You can get stress marks at these hard plastic knees. And same with the elbows. Hinged ankles. Go down, forward, and ankle pivots. As for accessories, we have the flight stand flame effect for her that she can use freestanding like this, or mounts to Galactus' hand. No flame effects for her hands or anything, no power effects, no flames for her wrist. But we got fist hands. We got C-grip hands for her to hold nothing. Well, the way this stand works, there's a circular C-grip through here designed into the flame effects. It's kind of blends in with all the flames coming to the side. You slide her leg into there. Feed it down into, brace it up against down here. And that's basically it. We push the foot in there. Yeah, it locks in. There's a spot where the foot can, there's no pegs, but you can lock that foot in there. And let's see if we can get the diaphragm joint to move a little bit. There we go. Tilt to the side. There we go. We got a nice look for Frankie with on the flight stand. This will look good on Galactus' hand. That's how I'm going to be displaying mine. I like that. I've tried to go through my accessory boxes, find some flame effects, like the little twirly flame effects they've used so much. It goes around the arms. I think the Carol Danvers actually had some, so I may grab those. The binary. Grab those from her and put them on my Frankie Nova. I don't know if these Heralds of Galactus, I'm glad to finally have some more Heralds in my collection, but could they have been better? Yes. They definitely could have been better. Sculpt-wise, design-wise, Morg is beautifully done. He's just too small. I don't know if it's an issue or what they don't send physical models, prototypes to factories anymore. They're working off digital files. Seems like we've had that issue a few times here recently with figures scale being off, being too small. Like I mentioned with the High Evolutionary and Psycho Man from the Retro Card wave. I even think the Thanos, the Deluxe Thanos is too small. He should have been bigger. He should have been at least Apocalypse size or Caliban size. But he is a beautiful figure, nonetheless. The Silver Surfer, my biggest disappointment with that one, why is it not on the new pinless, seamless, Renew Your Vow Spider-Man body? Been a perfect use for Silver Surfer, especially with his design. It's a clean look. From both Morg and Nova are pinless, seamless figures. And they have that body. And had been in development for a while. Why not just use that one? I love the new head sculpt. I think it's far superior to the head sculpt from the Walgreens exclusive one. They skimped out on a power effect. They left one out. All the promo pictures had two. They give us one. I don't know what happened there. Nova needed paint. Well, needs paint. Not just need it. She should have been done like Silver Surfer once they put him together. His parts are sprayed with a silver paint. I'm sure they're in that metallic, swirly, twirly plastic they use, same as Nova. But they didn't paint her. She should have had a coat of gold paint on her. And the head sculpt. Not an ugly head sculpt, just not accurate to the character. She needed those triangular horns pieces. That's part of her character design. And the facial paint. Not their best work. Seems like they've been having an issue with female paint work on female faces here lately. Nova shouldn't have eyebrows, period. Lipstick shouldn't be on there either. And the eyes should be beautifully painted. These look like, I don't know, like she just woke up in the morning and still needs her coffee. So I don't know what's going on there. But the real, like I said, the standout is the Morg. Beautiful sculpt, just undersized. Well, anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Check the channel out later. I plan on doing a solo video on Galactus. I'll see y'all next time.